Hello and welcome. My name is Michelle Edhouse, and today I am coming to you live from lockdown here in New Zealand. And you know, there has been a lot of blah going on in the world. I don't know about for you, but it certainly has been for me. So, what I thought I'd do is put together some tips and tools for you guys so that you can have and be what would create greater for you. I'm just so grateful for the tools of access consciousness that I have been accumulating over the last um, 10 years, I suppose. I've been attending classes and learning the tools and practicing the tools. And so there's a huge number of tools. I mean, a few of them I've listed in my book, Unlocking Unhappy, and uh, you know, I've totally changed my life using these tools. So I thought, well, I'll jump on here and share some of those tools with you guys and share some of the other things that I'm putting together that may contribute to you if you would like to choose it. So um, say hi in the comments if you are live with me, and let me know what sort of tools and stuff you have been using, what have you been creating, and how much fun have you been having during this time. And also let me know, are you actually in lockdown, and if not, where are you? So I can petition your government. No. So what else is possible now? First of all, one of the first tools that I have been jumping in and using hugely, massively around everything is the Who Does It Belong To tool. And for those of you that have been following my YouTube channel for a while, even those of you that are on my Mickey Art channel, you've probably heard me talk about this. And this tool is something that allows you to recognize when you're being aware of others, of the planet, of anything that's not actually you. Oftentimes we have an intensity in our world, whether it's a physical body intensity, you're feeling sick, or you're got a headache, or you're just feeling like it is locked up. And ask, who does this belong to? Is this even mine? And if it lightens up and goes away at all, then it's not yours. So please, please, please just hit return to sender with consciousness attached. Um, you know, the good old song, Return to Sender, not my issue, not my crap. Now, if you jump onto my website, I have a full video where I talk a lot about this particular tool. There is a big, long, in-depth things that you can go into, but in this scenario, I really just want to say, use the tool. Ask, who does this belong to? Is this even mine? Whenever you're feeling a little bit, oh, I don't want to do anything, who does that belong to? When you're feeling a little bit achy or headachy or sore throaty or any of the other symptoms that they say are part of the coronavirus, please, please, please ask, who does this belong to? It's not about like trying to deny whether or not you've got the symptoms. If you've got the symptoms, it'll be clear when you use this tool. Is this mine? Yes. Okay. So, I suppose really before you can even use this tool, having the light and heavy tool can also help as well. I mean, as I said, you can ask, who does it belong to? And if it disappears or lightens up or just gets a little bit easier, it's not yours. Return to sender. But also when you start asking other questions, oh, there's a hint. Keep asking questions. So when you're asking questions, and if it kind of brightens your day, lifts the load, allows you to breathe a bit easier, then that's true for you. If it sort of contracts and makes you heavy and tight and hard and gross and then that's a lie for you. So um, when you ask, who does this belong to? Is it even mine? And it lightens up. It's not yours. It goes away. It's not yours. Um, and so the cool thing is ask questions. Anytime you go, oh, I've got a headache, or I feel sleepy, or I feel this, or I feel that, you're actually creating it. This is one of the tips. Your point of view creates your reality. So if you are choosing to say, I have a headache, then your body goes, oh, that's what you'd like. I have a headache. Um, if these, you know, if you're feeling upset or angry or frustrated or money's restricted or any of that stuff, ask, who does it belong to? Is it even mine? Because, we are these psychic beings that can pick up stuff from all over the planet. And especially when there's something happening that a lot of people in your town, in your country, even on the planet are affected by, then there seems to be an intensity. So just keep asking, is this mine? So what other questions can we ask other than, is this mine? Yes or no? How does it get better than this? Come on, guys, let's start creating greater. Yes, we are, well, definitely here in New Zealand and many places around the world, we're in lockdown. We're not allowed to go out. We're not allowed to hang out with people. We're not allowed to go to work. What else is possible? How does it get better than this? When you ask these questions, you get to open the doors of possibilities. If you imagine, I like to use the analogy of you're walking down a corridor and there is no doors, no windows. It's just like this long, never ending corridor. And it just, can you imagine that? You're like, oh, this is never ending. But when you are willing to ask a question like, how does it get better than this? What else is possible? What could I choose here that I haven't imagined yet? What would it take to have ease and clarity with this? You start to have doors and windows appearing in that corridor. Doors and windows that if you're willing to open them, you can see the other possibilities. And maybe choose to step out into a different hallway with different doors and different possibilities, and you get to go off in different directions rather than being stuck in that one corridor. So asking questions provides you with the doors of possibility. It's then also still up to you whether you even open them and look what those possibilities are, whether you step through and take up those possibilities. But what's happening there is you're just giving yourself more options. If you're not asking questions, you're locked down into this hard struggle space and you buy into that lockdown. They're calling it lockdown here in New Zealand. We're in lockdown. And even that word, even that terminology has a energy to it. And how many of us have gone into contraction? Hey, Angela, nice to see you. Even that it did just buying into that terminology. So what would you like to create? What else is possible? I mean, there are a huge number of amazing people all over the world who teach these access consciousness tools and are offering online classes. So maybe that's something you could pop into. I know there's a lot of people doing what I'm doing right now and offering free stuff, giving you tools and possibilities and questions. I know that Marilyn Bradford and Marnie Bianco are doing a isolation to inspiration call coming up soon. Yep, that's right, Jane. So many people are buying into it. And when you choose to not buy into it, when you choose to go, who does that belong to? Oh, it's not mine. Okay, cool. What would I like to choose now? Notice. If you just go, oh, it's not mine, and sit there, does it change anything? Maybe a little bit. But when you ask a question, what else is possible? What else can I choose? What else can I create? What can I be or do now that would open up a totally different reality? Then you get to have that different reality. You get to choose and see, as Ross just said, weep. What else is possible? So there you go. We've got who does it belong to? We've got keep asking questions. And, what would you actually like to create is another thing. Um, one of the truths in this world is ask and you shall receive. But are you actually asking for what you desire? It's that whole point of view creates your reality thing again. Yeah, as Doug says, what is it I'm not getting about this? What's right about this I'm not getting? Another great question. So, hey Bart, how are you? And so when you ask for what you actually desire, like if you're sitting there going, I have a headache, what's that going to create? It's going to create you having a headache. If you ask for all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory, guess what can show up? All of life can come to you with ease and joy and glory. And remember, I'm not saying easy, I'm saying ease. So what if you were to ask, all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory? What would it take for all of life to come to me with ease and joy and glory? What can I choose today for all of life to come to me with ease and joy and glory? Those asking for what you actually desire. And, in my energy pool series that I run every month, we've got another one starting tomorrow. In that series, I get you to really look at what are you asking for? Because the universe doesn't really recognize the negatives. So if you're asking for not to be sick, it is sick. So if you were to ask to have a healthy, vibrant, thriving body and live on a healthy, vibrant, thriving planet, then, that's actually asking, can I have that now, please? What would I like to have? What would I like to be? What would I like to choose? And so when you actually look at it and go, can I have more money than I can spend? How does it get better than that? Like, what would it take for that to show up? What can you be or do today to invite that to actually be your reality? Ask for it, guys. Ask and you shall receive. But you've got to actually be asking, not sitting there going, I don't have any money. What can I choose to create more money? What doors can open that will allow me to have more money to flow into my bank account? And it's not just about money, What would it take for me to have more ease with my children during lockdown? If you've got kids and you are looking for some specific tools on how to handle kids and be at ease with and joy with having your kids around all day, every day, and sometimes partners can behave like children, so the tools apply too. Jump on over to my accessu.co.nz/lockdown page, and there's a link there where you can sign up for a 10 call series. They come out once a week once you've signed up, and they give you a new tool to play with every week. And those tools are gold in any situation. Exactly, your spouse, says Doug. Any situation, handling people, even handling yourself, to be honest, even if you're sitting there all on your own in lockdown. So Ask and you shall receive. That is a very cool tool. Do ask, please. Ask, ask, ask. And another thing I've found is so often we think we want something, and when you actually look at it, do you actually desire that, or do you just lack it? Or have you bought someone else's point of view about what you should have? I mean, back when we were trying to do the Amway business full on massively for ages and ages, um, one of the things we had to do was write down 100 dreams. And I went through that list, oh, I don't know, about a year ago. And some of them I had already ticked off. And some of them, I was like, what was I thinking? Why was I saying that I wanted to have that or do that? And so what I did was I went through that list and asked, who did that belong to? Who did I buy that off? Yay, Gail is enjoying me time and creating of my job list. Yahoo! And I saw a post earlier, Gail, that said that you and Brian have been doing lots of body work and contributing to each other's bodies, which is fantastic. Yeah, absolutely, Jane. What is possible in every 10 seconds? Any choice you make is only valid for 10 seconds. So when you sit there and go, I'm feeling crappy, or I hate lockdown. Oh, interesting point of view. I have that point of view. What do I want to choose now? New 10 seconds, new choice. What else is possible? What can I create? Doug's asking, can I please have someone to share this lockdown with in person? Yeah. Gypsy's a cute dog, but sometimes a real hug would be nice, right? So what else is possible, guys? What can you choose? And also, one of the things that I was having a chat to my neighbour the other day, and I said to her, what have we been asking for that's turned up in a totally different way than we thought? And she said, well, you know what? I've been asking for a month off work. And you know what else? I've been asking for these renovations to be got done. Well, that's happening. They're getting on with their renovations. She's having a month off work. How does it get better than this? What have you been asking for that's showing up totally different to what you imagined it would? So one of the hints I would love to suggest to all of you during this lockdown period is keep creating. The less you create your reality, whatever that looks like, we we all have an idea of what we should be or do, and yet when it comes down to how many of us have just sat around for the last week and gone, nah. What if you were to keep creating? What if you were to choose and create your reality as if you weren't in lockdown? Not, go out and do things, etc., but create your future. Maybe it is doing the renovations, all those jobs that you've always said, one day when I've got time. Write those all out. Like, for a start off, write all those things that you've said, when I've got time, I'm going to do this. Maybe it's read a particular book. Maybe it's watch a particular movie. Maybe it's start a new business. Maybe it's create a new income stream within your business. Maybe it's learn something new. Start, do your hobbies, whatever that is. I mean, yesterday I took a day off. I mean, I've created my life up until this point with 3 businesses which I can run, which I do run from home anyway. I don't actually need to physically interact with people for the majority of it. And so I haven't stopped working. So I took a day off yesterday and I sewed. I had fun. I enjoyed myself. I love my work, but it's also nice to have something else out there that you can create and learn and do and be. What are the things that you have always wanted to try? What are write them all down, not as a, right, this is my bucket list during lockdown. We are going to get these things done. I've always said I'm going to do it. Now I've got time to do it, so I'm going to do it. Write them down, and anytime you're like, look at the list. Oh, what could I do today? How much fun can I have today? How much fun can I have today? That's a fantastic question. A fantastic question. To be asking at any point in life. So just keep asking. Julie suggested, what can I choose to make this lockdown more fun and play and laughter being by myself? Yeah, great question. Hey, Linda. Hey, Mimi. Hey, Jean. Oh, hey, guys, all of you. Hey, Larry. Hey, Chase. Anyway, what magic can you create? What choices can you choose that will open the door for you to have a different reality than the majority of people have been choosing? Like, how many people have gone into this space? What if you chose something different? What if you chose something that was more fun? It is totally up to you. And thank you all who are sharing this video. Like, what contribution can we be to everyone around us? That's another one of the tips that I've got on my list to share with you. Functioning from the kingdom of we. What contribution can we be to each other? If you know that there's people out there that may be a little bit housebound and feeling a bit incy, give them a call. Say, hey, how you doing? My mum's been inundated with phone calls. She's loving it. But she's been inundated with phone calls. I've just got off the phone from this person. I've just got off the phone. This person rang to have a chat. So who or what can you contribute to? I asked that question and I got the awareness of doing this call. So yes, I'll be there, Doug. That is a good question. I will be there. I'm going to be finishing this before our 11 o'clock meeting. That's totally fine. I can talk for hours on this stuff, and I do. I'm going to be having a global foundation an online foundation class coming up super soon. And that's a 4-day class, and I talk a lot during that class. So what else have I got on my list? Gratitude. Play the gratitude game. Anytime you're feeling a bit okay, what's 5 things I'm grateful for? I'm grateful that the internet exists. I get to talk to you guys. How does it get any better than that? I mean, I'm playing most days with my Patreons on my art channel. And, we get to hang out and I mix my paint while I'm chatting to them, and they get to tell me what they've been up to. And then they get to pick the colours and we go ahead and do a painting. It's lots of fun. So, what are you grateful for? Pick any moment in time and go, what am I grateful for? Grateful that the supermarkets are still open. I'm grateful that people are actually choosing to do what's been recommended. I mean, I live on a state highway. I took a photo the other day. It was like 8:30 in the morning, and there was no traffic on the road at all. It was completely empty. And I was just like, normally it's nose to tail going into town past our gate at that time in the morning. It was just so cool to see everybody contributing. Jane says she's put a teddy in the window. That's a cool idea as well. Today they are escaping at the window on a rope. Great to see people's reactions outside walking by, especially the kids. Yeah, that's a game that is going around the entire world, I believe. Put a teddy bear in the window for kids to count. My nieces and nephews are all out for their daily walks counting them, so that's really cool. So what's 5 things you're grateful for about this moment in time? Maybe it is that you're alive. Maybe it is that you've got food in the house. Whatever it is, just find 5 things that you're grateful for in this moment. So what have I done through? So here's a great question to ask. What energy, space, consciousness, and choice can me and my body be to have clarity and ease with this situation? And everything that doesn't allow you to have that, will you now destroy and uncreate it all, please? And if you know the clearing statement, you can run that too. But if you just keep asking that question, any situation that is not working for you right now, you can have that as a choice and start asking, what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can my body and I be to have clarity and ease with this for all eternity? How does it get better than that? What else is possible, guys? So as we come to the end of this, Sharon says, I'm grateful that we have gorgeous, bubbly people like you that give us a smile and giggle. Lots of love. Beautiful. Mwah. Miss you, Shaz. Yay, yeah, go on. Write in the comments what you're grateful for. That's so cool. So just before we finish, I would really love to contribute to you with another tool that I use, and it's called the Expand Out exercise. And anytime you've got that lockdown feeling, and it's not just during this particular period, some of you are quite familiar with this lockdown energy, and it gets eat tight. So just take a deep breath and start to expand. Fill your entire body with you and allow you to overflow, still filling your body, and start filling up the room as well. Filling it up in all directions, down into the earth, up into the sky, and just keep expanding throughout the entire building. Pushing down your barriers, allowing yourself to fill up the entirety of your town, allowing yourself to be with every being and molecule, and without having to think about it, just be there. And now expand even further and fill up the entire country. Just be you and with every molecule and being of the country. Notice what you notice, but don't buy it. Remember, who does this belong to? And keep expanding out throughout the entire of the planet, the entire of the galaxy, the entire of the universe, even expanding out through time, all the past and all possible futures, throughout all dimensions, all realities. Keep expanding until you be the infinite being you. Keep expanding until you be as big as the infinite verse. And now, truth, is it as heavy and contracted as it was before, or have you got a bit more space? So we do that every morning on the energy pools. We start off with that, and then we move into getting a real sense of what else is possible, what you'd actually like to choose, and actually asking for that. And then we use the energies of the infinite verse and pull that into existence, pull in the contributions that will create that, and open up the pathways of receiving. So if you want to join me on that, it starts tomorrow. The link will be in the accessu.co.nz/lockdown page. Jump on over, have a look. And what else is possible, guys? Just keep asking, what can I choose here that I haven't been willing to choose before? What else is possible now? How does it get better than this? And what if all of life comes to you with ease and joy and glory? I adore you all. As I say, most of those tools are in my book, Unlocking Unhappy. The link to that is also on that page on my website. You can grab it on Kindle, PDF download, however you want to get it. Yay, Jackie's coming on the energy pools. Whoop, whoop. I'm excited. How about you? Whoop, whoop. What else is possible, guys? Have fun. I adore you. I'm off to go paint with my Patreons and see what else is possible. I adore you. Have fun. And if you have any questions, please, please, please private message me. I adore you. Have fun. Bye bye.